You're listening to the Overcast, your joke-making, fun-having pop culture podcast, brought to you by Oversoul Gaming. Hello there, everyone, and welcome to the Overcast. I'm Justin.
I'm Nick.
And I'm Brooksy.
And together, we're bringing you sunshine on a cloudy day. And it's all about that sunshine in this episode because the topic is going to be summer themed since we're in the middle of the summer. Although you couldn't tell by the weather around here, it's been monsoon season in the middle of the Midwest, oddly enough. Like that. Yeah,
here too.
Flood weather. It's been bad for that. But yeah, no. In the topic today, we'll be talking all about media where summer plays a huge theme in it, different movies or songs that are good for those summertime jams, summer bops, and all that, summer blockbusters, stuff like that. And maybe, if we can figure it out, we'll even think of a couple of video games that are arguably summer themed. I can actually think of one or two. So
I can think of one that all three of us played this year.
Oh, okay, fair enough. So, before all that, though, we're gonna get into the usual life updates. And, Nick, it's been a while since you've gone first for the life updates, so why don't you go first?
Well, I have a huge life update just to kick things off. We have an official date for the wedding.
Hey.
It is October 3rd, 2026.
Awesome.
And
that's so exciting. Congratulations.
Yes, and we have decided on a theme. This should be no surprise to anybody. We are going with a Harry Potter themed wedding.
Okay.
Nice.
I'm over here like, is it really going to be an Until Dawn themed wedding?
No.
I mean, it's October, but
No.
That would be cool. You know what? Arguably, Ryan and Carissa's wedding was Until Dawn themed.
Nice.
I don't know what you're talking about. It was taco themed in my eyes. Me throwing flowers out of that little Taco Bell hot sauce fanny pack that I had.
Oh, that's fantastic.
The Ryan and Chris's wedding was like a mix of like music and horror was the theme. So it was like vinyl records with skulls on them and stuff like that.
And I want to go on record with this and say, Justin, you have already agreed to be my best man, and Brooksy, you are my groomsman.
Thank you.
Yes.
Very honored.
Of course.
You're all of the groomsmen, just you.
Hell yeah.
Well, Ken's gonna see what he can do to get ordained, and Ken's gonna do the ceremony.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Have you decided on a venue?
That we have not gotten that far. We have not gotten that far. We are looking at different venues.
All right. I just want to know how much money to save.
No, you're good. You're good. There is a little bit more detail. So, just first and foremost, this is still related, I promise. So, Sarah's mom offered to have, because Willow usually stays the night over at Sarah's mom's house every week, every Friday night as a routine. And so we're like, okay, you guys have a decision to make. Do you guys want me to watch Willow Wednesday night? Or do you want me to watch her Friday night? Because there was an adult swim at the Ankeny Aquatic Center, so it went from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. 7:15 p.m. to 9:15 p.m. And so we opted to have a date night. So we went out to dinner, and while we were waiting for our food, Sarah was looking at some wedding idea stuff, and she showed me a cake that had golden snitches on it. I had got a wild bug up my ass and decided, you know what? My stepdad does really good cake work. Let me give my dad a call real quick to ask him a huge question. So my question to my dad was, would you and Rick be willing to fly out a few days early to do the cake? He threw around some ideas, and I think what we're going to do is we're going to do a smaller cake for the wedding party, and then for the guests, we're going to do cupcakes.
Okay.
Because cupcakes are easier to give away, and so my stepdad is on board. My dad gave us a mission. Now this guy's name escapes me, but he won the first season of Is It Cake on Netflix. And he lives here in Iowa, in Des Moines. And my dad has pulled things off with celebrity bakers, celebrity bakers before, and he's like, you guys have a mission. Sarah, you've met him before. I want you guys to try and get a hold of him to see if he would be willing to collaborate with us on the cake.
Oh, that's awesome.
I think that would be amazing. Gonna pay out the ass for it.
I apologize.
But...
I apologize now for my groan, and it's really just I hate cakes that look like real things. I don't know why I do. But for this, I don't.
Fair enough.
I don't know why. Like when it's like, is this cake or that cake? And I'm like, I'm gonna punch you in the face. Just make a cake.
So no.
For this is really cool.
My stepdad has. To give you an idea of my stepdad's cake skills, he could easily enter a competition on Cake Boss.
Oh, awesome.
He's got baking skills. Like, they've got an entire Instagram page dedicated to their cakes.
So, what, anything else new?
What kind... Yes, actually. Willow just started her beginner 2 swim lessons. She's already had her first full week. So, next week will be week 2. And, there was a game that came out that I had been anticipating since it was announced. And I have played some of it. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4. This game holds major nostalgia for me. And I've gone through all of the levels on the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 side of the game. I got through all the I haven't gotten all the collectibles, but I did achieve all the goals in career mode for Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3, and I initially thought that they had gotten rid of the cruise ship. No, once I completed that final level that was there from the start, the cruise ship unlocked. So I was because that was one of my absolute favorite levels, and I was so upset at first, but then the look on my face when that unlocked was, oh my god, it was something special.
It's nice that they let you unlock things through in-game progression
Yes,
rather than stupid microtransaction bullshit.
I mean, just just with the first couple of levels, I was able to earn enough in-game cash to unlock Bam Margera, and I've been playing as
Nice.
Bam Margera ever since. Dude, he's my favorite skateboarder.
Fair enough.
I mean, he's also one of my favorite people on Jackass. So,
Well, there you go.
yeah.
All right. Nice little nice little adventures that you've been having lately. Looking forward to the wedding. I've been in 2 wedding parties so far, but I've never been a best man, so that'll be something new.
Yes.
Brooksy, what's up with you?
Yeah. Let me tell you, I'm thrilled to say that this life update's not going to be filled with an immense amount of dread, doom, and gloom like they have been recently.
Oh, good.
No, yeah, I've got happy things to talk about. No, so yesterday was my wife Sam's birthday, and as I got her 2 different things. One of which is tickets to go see one of our personal favorite artists' grandson. He is about to go on tour to promote his.
I'm sorry, grandson, did you say?
Yes, grandson. It is.
Where do you find these people? Kneecap grandson? What is the?
Okay, first, what's funny is those 2 universes actually kind of collide with one another.
What are you? Are you getting them from the convention of proper noun bands?
No. These are all political artists. These are all very, very, very political artists. So I actually came across grandson. We did for the first time. Oh man, 2021, we flew back to Texas to go to a music festival called So What, and it's like a metalcore, pop punk, multi-day music festival of a lot of my favorite artists. One of the artists there was grandson, and it was higher on the ticket bill, and I was like, I don't even know who the hell this person is. And we went to go see who they were, and we were both absolutely blown away. I will tell you, if you like bands like Linkin Park, and you like strong leftist political ideologies, you would love Grandson. And I mean that wholeheartedly to my core. Grandson was actually the lead opener throughout Linkin Park's most recent world tour from reuniting and everything else.
Oh, nice.
So put some respect on Grandson's name.
Turns out some old lady was just trying to get her grandson in, and she just wrote grandson on the paper. Next thing you know, it turns out he was good and became famous.
Yeah, but I would say grandson is like a combo sound. If you took the rap rock aspect of Linkin Park, and you blended it with the sound and theme of Rage Against the Machine, you get Grandson. You take those 2 bands, put them in a blender, you get Grandson. Yeah, Nick. Now y'all are hearing me, okay? They're absolutely incredible. I'm really excited for his Inertia album to come out. He's already released 2 singles. One is called Brain Rot, and it's literally about the dumbing down of society and everything that we're all currently experiencing in the world. And then the other one is called Self-Immolation. Feel free to Google what self-immolation is, but it's an extreme political tactic of lighting oneself on fire to prove a point. It's something that Buddhists have done in the past. It's things that even recently a former veteran of the U.S. Army did it on what is it on City Hall grounds recently because of the current administration. But you don't see that on the news.
Jesus Christ.
Yes. But man, his music is incredible. I got VIP tickets for her and I here in San Diego for like meet and greet and
Nice.
autographs and all of that stuff. So she's super excited. We are really, 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 really excited for hopefully the opener will be able to come. The opener is, and I know you're about to give me your tee hee ha ha's there, Justin, but the opener is called Bob Villain, so sounds like Bob Dylan, but spelled Vylin.
Oh my god.
It's not even the Bob Dylan similarity that makes me laugh. It's just the satirical name, like, "Hi, my name is Joe Every Guy." You know, like.
So Bob Villain is a UK based punk rap group that I also do like quite a bit, and is best friends with the guys from Kneecap. They've actually sampled the same tracks together on different songs, which is really cool. Bob Dylan is in an immense amount of hot water right now and has already had their visas revoked from the United States because of their set at the Glastonbury Music Festival over in the UK. Glastonbury is a huge, very like politically themed music festival that happens every other year in the UK. And Kneecap was playing. They got in trouble because of chanting Free Palestine. And because the BBC didn't want to get in trouble again, they were trying to find the only other artist that was playing at that time, which was Bob Villain, who instead of chanting, and although did chant, yes, Free Palestine, started chanting death to the IDF, IDF being the Israeli Defense Force, calling for an end to the arms in Israel. So because Israel and the United States are buddies, they've immediately revoked their visas and they're trying to work on getting that reinstated. So all of this to say, these are things that both my wife and I are very, very in tune with and very excited about. But yes, I will happily send some grandson music over to you, Nick, because I'm telling you, you're going to be like, "Holy crap, this is awesome."
Yeah, send me some suggestions for songs because I haven't pulled up on Apple Music.
Definitely, go ahead and save Brain Rot and Riptide. Those two songs are amazing. Anything off of the album that Riptide's on, where it's his face with the black X's over his eyes, anything off that album absolutely slaps. But that wasn't the only thing I got for my wife. I also surprised her with a camping trip.
Ooh, okay.
The camping trip was all the way over by Lake Tahoe. Tahoe is over in Northern California. It is about a 9-hour drive from where we live. So we literally woke up Friday morning at 2 a.m, got in the car that was already loaded up, and started driving up there, and got to Tahoe and grabbed ourselves a bagel from the Tahoe Bagel Company, which I know this is going to sound wild for me to say, has the best bagel sandwich you can get anywhere in the entire country, and I will die on that hill. I've had bagels in New York City, I've had bagels in LA, I've had bagels all around the world, not all around the country, and Tahoe Bagel Company is the best bagel. The Back to Life with pastrami and bacon is incredible.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
It's literally I get it on a jalapeno cheddar, I get pastrami, it's bacon, it's egg, it's hot sauce, and then it's like a McDonald's styled hash brown on it. Dude, it is, and your choice of cheese. I usually get pepper jack. It's so good. We did that. We set up our campsite, which was at the Grove Hot Springs State Park. We did the actual hot springs, literally in the middle of the mountains. It was breathtaking. And we did our camp thing that night. We woke up the following day. We actually drove through Yosemite National Park on the way back. It was the most breathtaking things I've ever seen in my entire life. We had an amazing time. Downside is between when we woke up Friday morning at 2 o'clock in the morning, and when we got back home Saturday afternoon around 4 or 5 p.m. because we literally just did a one night thing because it was all booked for 4th of July weekend.
Yeah.
We got a literal total hour and a half of sleep, so like sleep deprivation
Whoa.
to the core. And like I felt like I was like literally delirious in the last few hours driving home. I had to blast Bo Burnham's Inside and scream it at the top of my lungs to keep myself awake and focused on the road because I was so tired.
Jeez.
But no, it was great. Otherwise, today we went to a seminar over things that were going on in Palestine. We're gonna go see Superman tomorrow morning, which I'm hyped about.
Nice.
Yeah, everything's been good on my end.
Nice.
Glad to hear it. It's glad to hear that there's positives now.
There are.
Things are looking up.
Yeah, I know. Listen, it was a minor setback, but we're about to have a major comeback, and that's what matters.
Yes.
Exactly. I suppose now's a good time to tell people, too, that you actually won't be in our next episode because you'll be at Warped Tour.
Yes, I do apologize. I know last session I said I'll be here forever, and then I realized I lied. No, I'm gonna be two different places that weekend. I'm gonna be at San Diego Comic-Con for Thursday and Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday I'll be in Long Beach at Vans Warped Tour. But I'll definitely make sure to write in some things about what my life has been updated and my media corner to share with y'all and thoughts on next session and everything.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and that'll be some cool experiences to hear about when you come back.
Oh yeah. Be so excited to share that.
All right. Well, as for me, it's not really a whole lot going on. I don't have exciting adventures like you guys, really. Yeah. But I will say that, I'm still trying to get through King of the Hill. I don't know if I'm actually going to finish all 13 seasons before the new one comes out next month, because I'm still only in season 3.
Did you see the new trailer?
Yes, I did. I saw the trailer. I like that.
I didn't realize I needed to hear Hank Hill say the phrase "Nepo baby," but man, we are so back,
dude. When he gives the Uber driver a 4 out of 5 stars, and he's like, "I'm gonna give you 4. That way, it gives you something to work towards," you know. And
yep.
and Peggy, of course, in her narcissism, thinking that 5 is the height of the scale, she was like, "Not everyone deserves a 5, Hank. People have been calling me a 5 all my life, though." And I'm like, "Oh, Peggy, that's not what you think it means." It's gonna be great seeing them navigate the new world. Bill's really let himself go since they left. I see, and that of course.
I have not seen the new trailer yet.
I can't wait to see. Well, I mean, we won't see it, but because he died in the original show. But I wonder what Cotton would have said if he lived to see his grandson take over a Japanese German infused restaurant. But then again, in Cotton's eyes, Bobby could do no wrong. Honestly, I do that kind of like, no matter what he does, he's always. I just watched the episode recently where he takes the fall for him for burning the church down on accident.
Yep.
And I will say, I don't know if it's because I'm getting old or I'm just used to it from watching the show, but I think I actually understand Boomhauer now. I'm sure you already did because of where you're from, but like
Oh yeah.
I'm starting, like in a recent.
I got family.
Yeah.
I got family that talks like that. What do you mean?
I love how Boomhauer's whole family talks like that. By the way, like his mom and his grandma. But. Yeah, in a recent episode I watched, Dale asked him if he could borrow his lawnmower, and I swear to God, Boomhauer is like, "Man, I tell you what, man, lent you my dang old Monopoly set, man, got it back, damn top hat missing, man, talking about mustard stain all over Park Place, Boardwalk too, man, so the mom came over, had to play dang old Stratego, man."
Also, I really, by the way, just to really quickly loop back to this, Justin,
What?
because I pulled up because I pulled up Grandson's Spotify. His number one song has 737 million listens. You put some respect on Grandson's name.
Fair. Fair. But, for those who don't speak redneck, Boomhauer basically said, man, I lent you my Monopoly set, and you gave it back to me, and there was a mustard stain on Park Place and Boardwalk. The top hat was missing, and my mom came over.
Dead.
My mom came over, and we had to play Stratego. I'm sorry,
man.
Did you not get that from what I said before?
No!
Nick doesn't understand Boomhauer.
No!
Brooksy understood every word.
Oh my god.
I understood every little bit.
Oh my god.
That means I just fucking nailed it. That's what that means.
Yes, you did. Oh my god.
I don't know you. That's my purse.
I actually do have
Damn it, Bobby.
I got it from Comic Palooza, which is a convention in Houston years ago. But one of the lead artists on the show, I had them commission a photo for me, and it's Bobby Hill doing the rocker symbol, just looking super sad.
That's amazing.
Besides that, though, yeah, not a whole lot. I did a horror movie double feature the other night and watched Sinners and Bring Her Back to back. Loved both of them. We did a spoiler cast for Bring Her Back, so I won't have to get too much into that. But Sinners, god damn, that was a good movie.
Such a good movie.
Yep.
I can see why
I was begging y'all to please watch this movie?
Yes.
I can see why it's your movie of the year. I can see it should.
Yeah.
It's going to be Oscar nominated, I think.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah. If it's not, it's racist.
Right.
Michael B. Jordan does phenomenal job pulling double duty as Smoke and Stack in that movie, and I didn't realize that the white girl was Kate Bishop from Hawkeye.
Yep.
Wow, phenomenal job. Haley Steinfeld.
She was also in Modern Family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, actually. Good casting there. I can see why you would say it's kind of a musical. It definitely.
Yeah,
it gave me the South of Midnight vibes.
Yes, it really fucking did.
Do you see where I was like, man, That's why I said after my review for Sinners, I was like, man, between this and South of Midnight, for a boy who was born and raised in the South, I am eating good right now.
You know what I would say? It's a mix of From Dusk Till Dawn and Django Unchained.
Yeah,
yes,
that's good. With Irish vampires.
Yeah, basically, yeah. I love the whole thing. It definitely feels like a Tarantino movie, even though it's not, because it does take it's a lot of build-up then with exorbitant violent payoff at the end.
Yes.
There's a lot of poetic justice throughout the end.
Yeah, there is.
I would love to see a kill count for this one.
Hell yeah.
So, phenomenal job by the director who did Black Panther, which Michael B. Jordan was also in, and apparently also directed the Disney Plus MCU show Ironheart that's out now, which I have not watched yet, but I will at some point because I don't care how good or bad everyone says it is. If it's part of the MCU, I'm watching it. I'm fully in on everything at this point. There is no skipping anything for me at all, ever, for any reason, period.
Fair enough.
To me, it's like skipping a chapter in a book, or skipping any Kingdom Hearts game, and then wondering why the fuck you don't know what's going on. But although some movies like Thunderbolts do manage to stand alone, once that hits Disney Plus, y'all definitely gotta watch that.
Oh,
shit,
I plan on it.
If you
it's
enjoyed,
on my list. It's already on my list.
If you thought Brave New World was good, you'll think Thunderbolts is fucking amazing. Trust me.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I don't think I have anything else going on. There's a carnival going on downtown right now, and they call it the Tutty Baker Festival for, I don't know, some lore behind this town or some shit about the founder. But it's like one of those things where, like, in the big bank parking lot, they have a bunch of, like, rides and stuff set up, and then all over downtown there's a bunch of food trucks and stuff. So I have not gone to it yet, though, because I don't know. I don't feel like spending $20 on a corn dog. You know what I mean? So it's like, I think I maybe outgrew these kind of things unless it's like a big theme park. You know?
Yeah.
Like if I ever had the money to go to like Disney World or some shit, I probably would just once to say I did. But like, yeah, and then next weekend is the state fair. So work has been busy because obviously other people have the same mindset. They, spend a fortune on the rides and carnival games, and then they're hungry, and they're like, well, we're going to go get some fast food because it's close. We're not spending, exorbitant money on carnival food, Like, but I want a funnel cake, mother. Well, you'll get a roast beef and like it. So, and that's what happens. Also, it's been nothing but cheesesteaks and burgers and gyros lately. Hardly anyone is actually ordering roast beef. It's everything else. It's a nightmare. The cheesesteak goes faster than we can make it. It's been a problem, like a real problem. I don't understand how the demand is so high. It's expensive.
No, I'm all good. I'm always gonna stick with my beef and Chad.
Fair enough. Well, you're keeping it cheap and easy. So.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, that's all I got going on, really. My life is boring. I haven't even started a new Let's Play yet. I'm still doing Danganronpa 2 on the replay, but I haven't started a new fresh Let's Play yet. So, we'll see. But yeah, that's pretty much it for all of us then. I think we'll go ahead and transition into this episode's topic.
A summer lovin' had me a blast.
Summer lovin' happened so fast.
I met a girl that's you, crazy for me.
I met a boy, he's as cute as can be.
Summer days drifting away to all those summer nights. Oh, well, oh, well, oh, well.
All right, everybody, here we are at the topic of this episode, all about summer media and summer memories. We're going to tackle both. Summer fun, summer living, summer loving. So,
Hell yeah.
let's start with the easy one first, obviously. Movies. There's all kinds of movies surrounding the summer, focused on the summer. There's one literally called Wet Hot American Summer.
Yeah. I'd say.
I'd say most summer movies are probably raunchy teenage comedies, but not all of them.
Yeah.
Necessarily.
Right.
I recently did a double feature of the Grown Ups movies.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, I would say those are very summery.
Oh, very
I would
summery.
agree.
Because
they
water
they
park
basically
scene.
go to a vacation home on the lake, right?
Mm-hmm.
Basically,
vacation home on the lake
Yeah,
for
summer home.
for the weekend for Coach Buzzer's funeral.
Yep.
Oh, and then as I said, they went. Was it in the first? It was the first one that they went to the water park.
Was it?
Yes, because that was I think that was on the cover. That was on the cover of the poster for the first Grown Ups.
Right. Which one had the car wash scene with the Lonely Island? Was that the second one?
Yeah, that was the second one.
And Taron Killam was there too.
Yep. Andy Samberg.
Yes. That actually reminded me of the car wash scene from the Family Guy Simpsons crossover with Homer and Peter.
Yes.
This is pretty funny.
I thought it was really cool that Stone Cold Steve Austin was in Grown Ups 2.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I don't know. Adam Sandler's sequels are never as good as the originals, but I will say, didn't they do a third one too? God forbid.
No, they didn't.
Oh, okay.
No, they
Okay.
didn't. I am looking
well-
forward to Happy Gilmore 2.
Yeah, there's that. I will say though, I did enjoy the first Grown Ups to a degree. There is like, it's basically Adam Sandler's Avengers.
Yes.
You know, basically all the people from all the things that he's done come back. A lot of great comedians, fancy names in there. I do kind of like, though, I know he still does stuff like that every once in a while, but I do think that his style of comedy doesn't really work anymore today. It hasn't changed since it has in the 90s. So it's like, I think he's better off doing more stuff like Uncut Gems now, because serious work is. I think Kevin James has realized the same thing, because he's coming out in a serious like thriller movie too here soon. And some of them they can pull it off, because Uncut Gems was pretty good.
I have not seen that one.
Yeah, it's on my list.
But that's not a summer movie.
Ooh.
I mentioned Wet Hot American Summer before. I would say National Lampoon's Vacation is a summer movie.
Yes.
It's funny.
Not like the first one, not Christmas Vacation, obviously,
Yeah.
but the first one that's just Vacation with Chevy Chase and them.
It's funny. I actually have never seen it.
It's been. I think I've seen Vegas. I think I've seen Vegas Vacation. I don't think I've seen just Vacation. I remember seeing the remake, or not the remake, essentially sequel with Ed Helms.
Yes, yeah. Well, it's a legacy sequel.
Yeah.
It's because Ed Helms plays his kid all grown up.
Yeah.
In it. Christmas Vacation. I hope you've at least.
Oh,
seen.
yeah.
That's
no,
by
absolutely.
far my
Of
favorite.
course,
My
of course.
favorite Christmas movie.
Okay. Good. Yeah. I think the first one. I think the other one precedes it. The one that's just called Vacation. I think it came first, technically. So, and there's a lot of these. We're the Millers. I think because they're traveling in an RV throughout it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not really the point of the movie. I actually don't remember what the point is. They're a fake family for some reason.
To smuggle drugs across the Mexican border.
That's right.
I mean,
Maybe not so much that one then, but I would say the one with
RV with Robin Williams.
Yep. Yeah.
We had the same thought process.
Because that one literally is a summer movie.
Yes. Hilarious.
Because it's in one of those, like, charming family comedies about him trying to connect with his estranged children, and they get into wild shenanigans in the wilderness. Very slapstick, very Robin Williams.
Absolutely.
Could
you imagine that man's like stand-up routine today?
Yeah.
He would have a fucking heyday.
The Goofy movie, both of them actually.
Yes.
I would say.
oh yeah.
Because the first one is about Goofy trying to take his son Max on a summer camping trip and fishing trip, and Max wants to go to the concert. The second one is all about like extreme summer sports, like skateboarding and shit. So, yeah, those are both, but the first one even more so because it's literally a summer road trip movie. Some dad and son, songs and fishing and an encounter with Bigfoot, the whole 9 yards. Barbecue accidents.
I got one.
At one point, I think they run into Pete and his son PJ, and Pete's got this like big fancy RV with a bowling alley and a big pool and shit on that. Yeah. What
That's
you got?
awesome. Who, me?
Holes.
Oh.
What?
Holes.
Oh, holes.
Yeah.
You're right. No, you're right. Because
I read the book. So before the movie was even a thing, I read the book. And then I got super fucking excited when they were making the movie, and the movie did not disappoint.
No, I like that movie. I did.
Oh yeah.
I don't like Shia LaBeouf anymore, but I still like that movie.
I mean, the amount of times I say
Fantastic
in
movie.
regular conversations, I'm tired of this grandpa. That's too damn bad. That's a regular quote.
Yes.
Yes.
You know, for the longest time, I forgot that was from Holes and thought it was from Willy Wonka for some reason.
Oh no.
That's too damn bad.
Like the original one. Like, I thought it was from the scene where they all have to lay in the bed together.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, if we're gonna talk about summer movies, you wouldn't think about it initially, I guess, but it is technically it is a summer movie. It is Midsummer. Because
Yeah.
the whole premise is about the midsummer festivals in Sweden that is in the May-June time of the year, and it's full on summer season with the maypole and everything else. Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, if you wanna talk horror movies, then technically It Part 1
Yeah.
is a part horror movie, part teenage coming of age summer movie.
And I mean, we could even go with the super duper ultra obvious ones of "I Know What You Did Last Summer." That is
no, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
But
is it summer themed? We're about to have a Die Hard argument here.
That's
You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
fair.
is it-
But that's the thing is, I guess it is and isn't. Because like when I think of like summer movies, like these are going to be two totally polar opposite movies. I think of like one of my favorite movies growing up as a kid that I watched all the time, and in hindsight, what a weird movie for a child to choose as their comfort movie. Stand By Me. That movie oozes summer.
yeah.
It's
Yes.
all about summer
Yes.
vacation and going and doing something you really shouldn't be doing. And I will tell y'all, nothing I really have talked a whole lot about on this podcast or anything, but I am a big sucker for romantic movies, or chick flicks as they're commonly referred to as. 500 Days of Summer is one of my favorite movies of all time. And if y'all have not seen it, oh god, it is so good.
That's pretty high on the summer.
Yeah. And I'm not even trying to like pick things that have summer in the title, like I Know What You Did Last Summer, but
No, that was funny though.
that for me, it still is and will always be my favorite thing Zooey Deschanel has ever done in her career. Oh god, I love that movie. Otherwise, like, I also think of, like, and I'm surprised neither of y'all have said this yet, but, like, the quintessential summer movie, in my opinion, will always be The Sandlot.
Ooh, good choice.
Oh, man, way to be L7 Weenies and have me be the one to introduce it.
You saying Sandlot just immediately brought two other movies up in my mind.
Ah.
I'm gonna see if Nick can name one of them because come on, man. I know you know.
The
I'm waiting.
Goonies?
Yes, thank you. The Goonies.
Hey, you guys!
Can I take a crack at the other one because it is a summer movie?
Mm-hmm.
High School Musical 2.
Actually, no. It was Little Rascals.
Ah, yeah, classic. I was trying to be facetious with it, but High School Musical 2 is a summer movie about working at the resort for summer.
There was a TV movie. There's a TV movie that is a spin-off from one of my absolute favorite 90s sitcoms, Saved by the Bell Hawaiian Style.
Ah,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was worried about maybe. I was worried you were going to steal the one from me I'm about to say because I'm about to do a Brooksy and be a smartass here. But
Bring it on. I appreciate that. That's what I'm known for.
Y'all remember a little animated series on the Disney Channel called Recess?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Of course I do.
They had a movie called Recess School's Out.
Yes.
I
Guess
do
who
remember
love
that.
it.
Yep, it took place in summer.
It sure
It
did.
took place in summer. Can't argue with you there. And another one that is because I enjoy those like kind of like like slightly off the beaten path kind of comedy. Like I think of like Hot Rod, which is not really a summer movie, but what I'm thinking of is Adventureland. I
Oh
love
yeah,
and that whole thing.
carnivals are like a summer thing.
Yeah, and it's him working that summer carny job. And it's God, I need to rewatch that. I haven't seen that in a few years.
If you want to go that route, it's not a movie, I know, but it might as well be with the length of the episodes. But which season of Stranger Things took place during the 4th of July? Was that 3? The one with the mall and the carnival?
Wait, which movie?
No, it's not movie.
Oh.
Stranger Things.
Oh, that would be season 3.
3, right?
Yeah.
Yes. That is their summer season, because the other seasons are more like during the winter, I think.
Yeah.
A lot of them. But that one specifically took place in the summer so they could do the whole mall thing and carnival thing. And the 4th of July is a big part of it, too. So, and I think it's because the way the whole show tries to do the whole Spielbergian thing, they were going, in that season, they were definitely going for the types of movies that we're talking about now, with the vibe.
Yeah.
But with a horror mix in there. So, yeah. So, because they were like, we already did the E.T. vibes. What else do we got? Coming of age summer story.
Yeah.
Let's do that one. So.
Oh, I have one more. American Pie Reunion.
I mean, aren't all the American Pie movies in like summer
ish,
like band camp and all that?
Ish, yeah, band camp, yeah. Not all of them.
I do want to shout out not TV shows specifically, but a couple episodes of a couple things that just had this vibe in different ways. There's an episode of American Dad from a while back. It's an earlier episode, maybe like season 4 or 5, where Stan is trying to get Steve into different summer camps, and he accidentally sends him to a refugee camp and in like Syria or some shit, and because stupid, he's like, I think I finally found one for him, Francine. I sent him off to Camp Refugi. And she reads it and she's like, Stan, you idiot, that says refugee. Camp Refugi. So Stan shows up there at the refugee camp, and he starts playing camp counselor and treating it like an actual summer camp. And he's interfering with Steve's whole experience. He meets this girl who saves him from a snake, and he falls in love with her, and he's like, oh snap, it's on, your first summer camp love, just like pushing all the 90s sitcoms on his son, trying to make it happen. Even though this is not a real summer camp, he's just doing it anyways. But then the girl gets kidnapped by the rival people who drove her people out of their town to begin with, that caused this refugee camp and all that. And Stan treats it like a summer camp competition. He's like, all right, if we win, you give these people back their land, and if you win, you can have the girl. Like, what?
Jesus Christ.
And they end up doing like camp things, like the 3-legged race and shit like that, and like a Olympics obstacle course type thing. So it's just the only that's probably one of the most ones they did like that. There's another one though where Roger starts throwing a like MTV style spring break party in the backyard, and Steve falls in love with a Carmen Electra lookalike. It's not actually her, but it's like a model or something. And she basically, like, I don't know what it is, but something about him, she's like, okay, fine. And he's like, oh, I'm gonna need you to take all these tests to make sure that you're clean and stuff, and sign all these papers and documents. And the fact that he keeps making her work for it just makes her want it even more. And when she's finally ready, she's up on stage and she's like, all right, I did everything you want. We can do this now. The whole fucking thing collapses and kills her. And so Steve once again continues to remain a virgin at the end of this spring break episode. They basically did a whole subversive thing on the teenage boy trying to lose their virginity on the summer trip or at spring break or whatever. They did the opposite, So yeah, American Dad's had a couple of subversive or parody-based summer episodes like that. Like the whole refugee camp thing was just like a parody of like summer camp movies.
Yeah.
And shit like that. So, you guys think of any TV shows with a big focus like that?
Phineas and Ferb.
Yeah, that is literally the whole premise of the show. Is it's summer vacation.
There's 104 days of summer vacation.
Yeah,
and somehow we got 300 episodes out of it.
And and they just recently made a comeback.
Hey, really?
Yeah.
Oh, no shit. All right.
The public can't lose their platypus.
There's new episodes on Disney Plus.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of shows that are.
There was an episode of Always Sunny in Philadelphia where they go to the water park and cause mayhem, of course. Frank?
South Park.
Frank insists on... Oh, yeah. No, okay, yeah, we'll get there in a minute. Frank insists on going down the speed slide, even though it's been shut down. And they're like, well, you can't go down that. It's been shut down. He's like, nonsense. Blah, blah, blah. So he goes up there with a bottle of water and decides to go down it. And, oh, God, you think Bring Her Back made you cringe. All you hear is, as his skin rubs off on the slide as he goes down it. And he goes, ow, 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 all the way down. And then he lands in the water and the pool just fills with blood.
Oh, no.
It's absolutely horrible. I know what you're thinking though with South Park though. You're thinking of the pee episode, aren't you?
Yes.
Oh my god. Yes. Don't pee in the pool, kids.
The pee water park?
Yeah.
Or the pee park?
Yeah. That's what he gets for naming his place that. That episode is nasty.
Yeah,
that episode is disgusting.
Yeah, it is.
I am completely on Kyle's side in that episode, 100%.
I'm really just trying to think of shows that are based around summertime.
I don't know if it's with a whole TV show, you gotta pick an episode, I think. Because it's like... there's not many shows where it's the whole point of the show.
Yeah, that's fair. That's super fair. Yeah, I'm drawing blanks on that. I do have a... I have two video games, really, I guess, that are summer-centric.
Hold on. I only have one, so I don't want you to take it if it's one of them.
I've got one too.
I'm thinking here. This one, I mean, it's probably the most obvious one, so we'll see.
Okay.
Super Mario Sunshine!
Yeah, that is pretty much just cleaning up during summer.
Yes. I mean, the whole thing takes place during it's like on a tropical island and shit, too,
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
I got one
Yeah,
as
you're
well.
like cleaning up Yeah.
Actually, that actually gives me 3 games now that you just mentioned that part.
Oh, okay, so I didn't take one of yours. Good.
No,
I'm surprised
no.
neither of you thought of that. All right.
No, I didn't. Before I go, yeah, Nick, what did you say?
The Quarry.
Ah, dude,
yeah, that's a good point. Because they're
actually
summer camp counselors.
Yeah, that's actually not. That's actually not one that I was thinking of myself either. So I got 3 then.
So I guess technically Friday the 13th counts as a summer movie then.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, because it's camp and all of that.
Yep.
Oh, speaking of movies, that also makes me think of one of my favorite movies watching as a kid as a large and in charge individual, Heavyweights. Heavyweights with love that movie. But anyways, the 3 games I was thinking of, the one that just popped up in my head because of thinking of like tropical summer and all of that is technically Pokemon Sun and Moon, because they're based off of the islands that you go and travel to, the 4 different islands and everything else. It's all throughout tropical summer and everything in the game.
Nice.
Which I didn't even think about until you mentioned Mario Sunshine. The other two is one that all three of us have played and have talked about, which is Lost Records Bloom and Rage, because that was their last summer together before separating and all of that stuff. That was a full-fledged summer game.
Yeah, that game was fully trying to emulate a lot of the movies we talked about, actually.
Yeah.
No,
you're
that was kind of
right.
the whole point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Stand By Me.
But this one is a random deep cut, and probably it is. There's no question that's in my top 5 favorite PS2 games of all time. It's one of my favorite platformers of all time. Is Psychonauts. Psychonauts starts at, and throughout the entire first game is based off of being at a summer camp.
They're at a summer camp for psychics.
Yes, they're at a summer camp for psychics, and
You are so right.
That is the first game that popped in my head because I am the milkman. I make delicious milk. It is one of my favorite platforming games and one of the most unhinged platforming games you can play. If for those listening, if you haven't played 1 or 2, please do. They're both phenomenal. I don't have a VR headset, so I haven't played the Rhombus of Ruin.
Tiny turn back before you go, Nick. I think this might be cheating a little, but I think the TV show Are You Afraid of the Dark from Nickelodeon might count, because every episode is basically them telling spooky campfire stories around a campfire.
Yes.
That is fair.
There's one more show that I have.
Okay.
And it's I can't not talk about WWE's SummerSlam. It's literally in the name. There is it's coming up next month. It's I believe it's the 3rd and the 4th. So it's a Saturday and a Sunday. And Jelly Roll is scheduled to have a match. He is going to it's going to be Jelly Roll and Randy Orton versus Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre. It is a good time to be a Jelly Roll fan and a WWE fan simultaneously, because I am fucking here for it.
Fair enough. What's the game on what game did you have?
Game?
Yeah, you had one, you said.
Yeah, it was The Quarry.
Oh, that's right, you did say yours. Never mind. That's right. I guess you could argue that your skating games are summery. I guess you could argue that.
Oh yeah, yep.
any
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4.
Any summer sports game, or like probably like those like off-roading racing games, or like BMX extreme type stuff.
NASCAR type stuff.
Yeah, NASCAR, because that's definitely not a winter sport.
I mean, I also think of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4. Like when I hear a song like Superman by Goldfinger, like that is full on summer jams to me.
I'm gonna say, the first Jack and Daxter.
Precursor
primarily
Legacy,
takes place on an island, and it's very tropical. Crash Bandicoot as well.
Spyro?
Not so much, I don't think. Spyro is very classic varied levels type thing, which is something the second Crash does too, where one level's a beach, one level is ice, one level is lava, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So one level is a swamp. It's like before horror games did the typical obligatory every level has to have like an abandoned house and a sewer, or like every horror game has to have like a sewer level or some shit like that. Platformers back then, they all had to have like an ice level and a fire level and it was like in the contract.
I hate water level games.
A water level, yeah, with swimming that you can't stand.
Sonic the
and
Hedgehog.
And breath timers. Yeah, and or there was always the I mean, Zelda literally put them on the names: the Fire Temple, the Ice Temple, the Water Temple, and the Wind Temple. You know. I'm trying to think if there's. I mean, there's a lot of games that take place during the summer. I played one called Open Roads recently, which is just like a fun little narrative game about this girl and her mom who are kind of estranged but kind of close after the grandmother passes away. They're going through her old stuff and they kind of unravel a conspiracy, like, oh, grandma might have cheated on grandpa, we gotta follow the trail. And you know, it's not so much about what they discover as it is about them kind of rekindling their relationship along the way as they drive through, you know, the countryside and talk with each other and talk about why mom left dad and stuff like that. And it's basically just a mother and daughter summer road trip relationship rekindling narrative where the gameplay is basically just walking around, interacting with things, solving very, very minor environment puzzles, and doing dialogue options. You know, it is like, I don't use the term walking simulator as an insult. I actually mean it endearingly because Edith Finch is a walking simulator. Everybody's Gone to the Rapture is a walking simulator, and they're both great games. This is a walking simulator. Games like Death Stranding and Still Wakes the Deep are not walking simulators, in my opinion, because they either have A, combat, or B, death. And if they have either of those things, then it's not a walking sim, in my opinion. If it has enemies that can kill you, it's not a walking simulator.
No.
In my opinion, anyways. So some people throw that term around way too facetiously, I think. And, but it is first-person narrative-focused, no combat, no death, purely story-driven with environment interaction stuff. That is a walking simulator.
Nice.
But that's not a bad thing. I love these kind of games. And Open Roads, I think, falls in that. It's free on Game Pass if you ever want to give it a try. It's literally like 3 hours long. You can't go wrong. You know, it'd be like playing a little short movie, like playing like a short Lifetime movie, honestly. Not in a bad way, though. That's just kind of like the level. Like, don't expect any, like, major plot twists or anything like that. It really is a very mellow experience. But emotional. But yeah, I'd kind of put that up there. I also want to say music. There's a lot of not only summer music, but songs about the summer. That are basically intended for you to play during parties. Is what they're designed for.
The first one that comes to mind is "Walking on the Sun" by Smash Mouth.
Yeah. My sad little emo self. The first thing that pops up in my head is "Ocean Avenue" by Yellowcard.
Hey.
Let's see, "California Girls" by Katy Perry.
Yeah.
"Summer Feelings" by Charlie Puth.
Oh. The Rock Show, Blink-182, going to Warped Tour. That's summer.
Yes.
I've got a summer song that I guarantee you neither of you have.
What's that?
It's by this guy named Vino Alan, and it's called "My Summer."
Okay.
He was on I think he was on one of the seasons of the X Factor when that was still around.
There is literally a song just called "Summer" by Calvin Harris, which is you've probably heard it before. It was a radio hit for a while. The Lonely Island did a song called "Spring Break" one time. They did a music video for it too, because I think it premiered on SNL. And this wasn't too long after gay marriage was legalized, I think. But the song was literally about the juxtaposition of they go on spring break and they pound alcohol and they fuck women and they have a traditional like party time and then turn around the next day and get married to a guy. That was literally the whole point of the song, and the lyrics were all very much like that, where they were saying 1 minute like pounding brewskis, marry a man, like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like at one point, the bridge of the song, they were like, "Down here, it's our time, so let's get fucked up." And then immediately they're like, "And then find Mr. Right and get monogamous." I love the Lonely Island, and it's not facetious either, because they're definitely allies. They are I mean, you can tell just from Brooklyn Nine-Nine where Andy's views lie.
Mm-hmm.
It's very, very, progressive.
Very.
So, just with the mind and humor of a 12-year-old child.
Yes.
But we love him for it. You should listen to Seth Meyers trying to wrangle Andy on the Lonely Island Seth Meyers podcast. It's fucking hilarious. Honestly. But yeah, so they had that. Trying to think. Well, actually, let's switch it up a bit now. I'm gonna open up the door for. Now, this covers all media, but instead of things that are just summer themed, let's throw out some stuff that you think is best experienced during the summer. A game that's like, that's a game that's a summer game. Like, I should play that in the summer. Or a movie that's like, that's a summer movie. Or a summer blockbuster, like the kind of thing that, they put in the theater during the summer, because that's when all the kids are out of school and they're going to go see it.
Okay.
Saltburn.
Oh my god.
I was
Just to be
waiting
clear,
for it.
I was waiting for the right moment, and as soon as you were like, something good for the kids, I was like, oh, of course, Saltburn.
Good for the kids, my ass.
But so just to reiterate, this isn't summer themed stuff anymore. This is more like something best experienced during the summer. Like that's a movie that I prefer to watch in the summer, because it just feels like a summer watch, that kind of thing.
I still stand by my Saltburn statement. Honestly, gaming wise, because I'm just during summer times, I'm outside doing stuff a lot more frequently, so I don't hunker down and play as much as I do during winter times, really more so than anything else. So I like to play things that are quick, easy to pick up and put down and all of that. So for me personally, I am very excited. I just finished downloading Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4. That to me is a classic summer game. I remember growing up playing games like that with friends. I am also a huge diehard fan of the Skate series. I still play Skate 3 all the time on my Xbox. And that screams and oozes summertime, where you just pick it up, play it for 45 minutes, have a good time, and then go off and do whatever it is.
I want to say Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, actually. Those two specifically, the first one and the second one. Because not only do both of them start in a sort of summerish setting, with the first one on a tropical island and the second one in Twilight Town in the middle of summer vacation, or at the end of it, actually. That being a huge part of it. There's only 6 days left in summer vacation or whatever. For Roxas and them.
Another one that is a big summer game for me is your choice of flavor, but Rock Band Guitar Hero. Having friends over for the summer, hanging out, relaxing, just shredding with your buddies. We have Rock Band here, and I did buy the new updated version of the Rock Band controller, the wireless one that works on the Series X. Totally worth it. It rips. It's awesome. But we have that guitar, and we also have the old school mic for it. I ended up buying my wife a mic stand for Rock Band for Christmas.
Nice.
Periodically, it's almost it's like karaoke, but with everyone in the house. One person has the mic. We all take turns just kind of passing the guitar controller around. It's a good summer game.
Hell yeah.
On that same note, Mario Party and
yeah.
Kart.
Oh yeah. Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Mario Party and Kart, great for, having the people over. Like, you throw a pool party, you have a little barbecue. It's starting to get late, it's starting to get dark. People, are getting wrinkly. They don't want to be in the pool no more. But they ain't ready to go home yet either. Let's go inside, relax, and play some Mario Party.
Yeah. All right.
I'm laughing because I said relax and Mario Party in the same sentence, but like.
All right. So I do have a like it lands in summer, but I do have a tradition that I've been doing for the past 4 years now.
Okay.
Is my birthday is on May 31st, which is it's after Memorial Day. It's full-fledged summer season and all of that stuff. Every year since 2020, since 2021, I have watched Bo Burnham's Inside on my birthday, which you're like, dude, that is such a depressing comedic experience. And it is, but I love it. I love it truly to my core. It came out like 2 weeks before my birthday, and I watched it and I fell in love with it. And then Sam and I flew to Texas for that music festival that I mentioned about Grandson and everything. And while we were at our hotel on my actual birthday, we watched it, especially because one of the songs in it is turning 30, and I turned 30 that year. And so no, that's that for me. Although it's not everyone's summer thing, like for me, when I watch Bo Burnham's Inside, it screams summer to me, just because it's like my birthday kind of marks the beginning of summer and everything.
Nice.
Yeah, well, and it did too, and I think there's, it also it was, that was a passion project that was a result of the pandemic, and
Yep.
that was a lot of being stuck inside during the summer and stuff, and
Yep.
that led to a lot of things. Like, it's weird, but like Death Stranding is a summer memory for me, and now the second one has come out during the summer too, so it will also be a summer memory
Yeah.
for me.
Same with
The
The Last of Us too. The Last of Us 2 came out during
Yeah.
the summer.
The Persona games, even though they take place during 3 semesters of a school year, there is a summer break period in between. Like, you get the whole experience. And, the amount of time it takes to finish those games, I practically play them in real time, So it's summer for them when it's summer for me. And then there are some games that actually do exist in real time, like Animal Crossing. So when it is summer for us, it is summer for them too.
Yep.
And they have special events.
There's a movie. It's a Peacock original. It's called They Them. It's a horror film, and it is about
Some non-binary folk?
yeah. So there's a non-binary person. There's
They won some awards at the Dead Meat Horror
yeah, no,
Awards
this was
year.
the main and the antagonist is played by Kevin Bacon. But it's but a group of a group of queer kids that get sent to a straight conversion camp. Yeah. It's
an A24 film, I
Is
think.
it really?
I don't know.
If it's not, it's definitely in that ballpark. You know what I mean?
It's in that wheelhouse. It's in that wheelhouse. Yes. But it's a horror film, and I enjoyed it.
It's a Blumhouse film.
Oh yeah. Okay. Wow. Really?
That tracks.
Oh, I'm reading the premise of it. I would have to identify as a fucking problem if I was in this movie.
Yeah. Well,
You're right.
There's a lot of, you have to watch it to understand, but it's heavy on the metaphors, and there's something to do with the. No, wait, I'm thinking of something else. I'm thinking of I Saw the TV Glow. Never mind.
Oh, dude. Oh, good movie. Very good movie.
But anyways, let's see here. Yeah, don't think. Oh, I'm gonna throw out two easy answers very, very quickly as far as big summer blockbuster type thing. Fast and the Furious and Transformers.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Jurassic
Yeah,
World.
Godzilla.
Yeah. Yep. All right. So real quickly, then, I want to hear about some of your just in general, like either summer traditions or fond summer memories, some of the most exciting things you've done over the summer or in the past and all that. Like, I know I used to go to Magic Waters a lot when I still lived out in Rockford. I've attended many a water park. I've been to the.
I grew up
I've
going
been to
there.
the Wisconsin Dells. I've also been to Michigan. That's what I was going to say before. A foster family I lived with at one point had a summer house on a lake up there.
Okay.
That I went to. That was actually, I think, my first time doing tubing, and not the kind where you're sitting in the tube and floating down the river, though. This was the kind where you are on an inner tube holding onto the handles while being pulled behind a speedboat.
Oh yeah, tubing. Yeah, that's my kind of tubing, man.
Hell yeah.
I was gonna say
It was a lot of fun.
I was gonna say thinking of summer stuff. Like as a kid when I was younger, my grandparents they owned a lake house over on Lake Richland Chambers, which is south of Corsicana in Texas. And I know this means nothing to y'all, but it's like 2 hours south of Dallas. And I would go and spend pretty much my entire summers out there, and like being out there, that's where I learned. That's where I learned how to fish. That is where I learned how to drive a boat. I did a lot of tubing. I learned how to kneeboard and ski. I love doing that kind of stuff. And it was either being at my grandparents' lake house or up at my family in Oklahoma's ranch out there and driving around on four-wheelers. I also learned how to noodle while I was out there. Either of y'all know what noodling is?
No.
Okay, you're gonna be like, Brooksy, what the fuck? So noodling is where there's a bunch of like small lakes and ponds and shit like that out in Oklahoma, and what you do is you get yourself a big old container of stink bait. Okay, stink bait's traditionally what you use to fish for catfish.
I've used stink bait before. It's
yeah.
It has
the name is appropriate.
Yes.
Wait a minute. Can I guess what this is? Because I think I know.
No. I want to. You probably do know what it is. So what you do is you take the stink bait. Okay. You open the lid. And you take the stink bait and you smother it all over your hand. Okay. And then you take your hand and on the edges of ponds and small lakes and all of that, there'll be these things called catfish holes. And it's basically where catfish kind of like hang out and congregate a lot, so much that while they're circling around, it actually like moves some mud and makes like a little tiny hole. And you go and you put your hand in that hole with your hand covered in stink bait and kind of wiggle your hands around until you feel a pressure. And that's when you know you got one that's bit onto your hand, and then you just pull that sumbitch out of the water. And that's noodling. It is redneck fishing.
Yeah, the reason I knew about this is because of an episode of Small Town Murder.
Yeah, I've done noodling. Done it a handful of times. It hurts like hell, but man, it is efficient fishing.
No, these are a couple of Italian guys from New York, so they were fucking cracking jokes about it. They were like, you ever want to do that? Just stick your hand in there and let the fish bite you. And like, no, what the fuck's wrong with these people?
A whole lot. But man, it's fast and it hurts, but like it's fast. And like if you want to catch like 4 or 5 real good sized catfish in like 20 minutes, like that's the way you do it. And then you go back and you clean and gut your fish and fry it up, and you have fried catfish. Man, it's delicious. Those are my childhood memories of summer. Nowadays, like my favorite summer tradition is something that my wife and I started back in 2017, and that's going to San Diego Comic-Con.
Hell yeah.
It's my favorite event every year for summer. It took me like 4 years to finally get tickets for it, and I got the tickets, and when I did, I was dating this other girl. Long story, horrible experience, but broke off with her, and I started dating Sam. Sam was like my best friend at that time, and I'm like, I already have these tickets. Do you want to come with me? And she was like, I've always wanted to go to California. So we came out and we had a blast, and we just started coming to San Diego as much as we could, even outside of Comic-Con time. And literally that first trip, like I remember standing on the beach and being like, a year from now, I'm going to propose to my wife right here on this exact same spot on this beach where I see her happy as hell to see the Pacific Ocean for the first time. And I did exactly that. And so we ended up getting
awesome.
married. Thank you. We ended up getting married on Comic-Con weekend, so we missed Comic-Con in 2019. And the reason why we did that is at that point we didn't know for certain that we were going to end up moving to San Diego, but we always knew we wanted to celebrate our anniversary in San Diego. So we did that. We did that intentionally. And then we just ended up moving out here. So, naturally, we missed out on 2020 and 2021 because of COVID and everything else, but we did 2022, 2023, 2024. We've got our tickets for this year. So like that, and just my wife and I's anniversary. It's on the 19th. And I am so excited. We're going to the like 2.5 hours away from here. There's a huge lavender farm and festival thing that we're going to for our anniversary this year.
Nice.
Yeah, that's Comic-Con. Oof, I spend too much money and I have too much fun.
I used to spend a lot of my summers as a kid living with my great grandmother. She had a house on top of a hill that was surrounded by 24 acres of woods.
Yeah.
And I would just go exploring out there. I had a tree house out there at one point. There was she had the kind of thorn bushes you could pick berries off of and eat them.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. I spent a lot of time doing those. I've been, to carnivals. I've been, I think one summer I took a trip to Colorado. One summer I took a trip to Tennessee, but I was too young to fully remember them either of these times.
Are y'all up where y'all are at? Are y'all allowed to do like fireworks and all that stuff?
Yes.
Yeah, you might actually be hearing them in the background.
Okay, cool. Oh, I'm not quite sure. Certain states are cool, certain states are not. So, like, I live in California. It's a big fuck no out here, man. Like, it is.
Right.
Yeah, obvious.
For obvious
I
reasons.
can imagine why.
Dude, driving back from Yosemite, we drove through two cities that are big cities in California that people talk a lot of shit about. I'd never been to. One is called Fresno, and the other one is called Bakersfield. And I can tell you now very confidently why people talk shit. They're cesspools. Oh god, those two cities are awful. But leading up to Fresno, we drove through miles of just the most like neon yellow, tall, dead grass, and it was really windy, and I'm like, dude, I feel like if I fart outside, this entire area is going to catch on fire. Like, this is not it for here.
Fair.
But all of that was to say, a thing I used to do, like 4th of July, at the lake house, if I was in Corsicana for 4th of July, lake house, you could shoot off fireworks there. Dude, my uncle, he would go and get like $500 to a full grand worth of fireworks, and sometimes he would even go to Mexico and get a bunch of fireworks because he lived in San Antonio.
Nice.
And and like we would have enough to like kill a small village worth of fireworks, and just dude firing off all these artillery shells was awesome. And if I wasn't there, I don't know if y'all have
America
over where y'all are at. Do y'all have y'all have parking pops up there?
Huh?
I'm not sure.
So parking pops, because like where I lived, where I was raised, is in a city called Plano, which is a suburb north of Dallas.
I heard of it.
So Plano, it's a city. Like there's like 300,000 people that live in that city, and so you can't you're not allowed to just like fire fireworks like artillery shells or whatever just kind of wherever. Like you had to go to like specific areas, and so a lot of places did park and pops, and it was basically like out, you drive a little bit out into the sticks, and it was essentially somebody bought like a few acres of land and sectioned off like essentially like the size of a football field, that people would just pull up their cars, get out of their cars, and just fire off whatever fireworks you had fully legally over there. And it was so cool because it would just be a bunch of people shooting off artillery shells. People would be having Roman candle wars, and it literally looked like a football field had turned into like a neon war zone in the middle of the night.
That's
Because
fantastic.
you would have like 100 people just shooting off artillery shells all at the same time and firing off Roman candles. There'd be battles, like, and you would just meet people and be like, "Yeah, we're gonna have a Roman candle war. You in? Yeah, I'm in." And it'd be like 10 versus 10, shooting shit at each other, and like, man, dude, park and pops were the shit.
No, we haven't.
Anyways,
We don't have
Oh,
those here.
Justin, you were gonna say something.
Yeah, only other thing I was gonna say is that I've been camping a couple times different ways. Tent,
I remember
RV,
the camping
all that.
trip.
Yeah.
I remember the
Yeah.
camping trip I went on with you guys.
Yeah, so that's what I was gonna say is that like Nick and I have actually been on one with our exes and a mutual friend at one point at a little place right outside Rockford, I think.
Yeah.
We kind of got rained on, but
No, actually, so this.
Yeah, we did.
The camping trip that Sam and I just did for her birthday, that is technically my second actual camping, because I used to do something called camping that my wife has told me, no, the hell it is not camping. Is when I would go to my grandparents' lake house. I had a tent and everything, and my papa would set up the tent on the deck on the back of their house, and like so like we would be sleeping outside, but like the back door to the house is like 15 feet away, and we're like 3 feet away from his hot tub that he had on the deck, and so like
Nah, that's
we would
not
just
camping.
we would just sit and chill in the hot tub. We'd sit and chill in the hot tub, and he would quiz me on like random history facts, and he would show me different constellations and the stars, and then we'd get in we'd hop into the tent and hang out, and we would we would put the TV that was inside the house and angle it so we could see it from the tent. We just hang out in the tent and watch TV without any audio. And my wife was telling me, she was like, "Good God, that is not camping, you fucking yank." And I'm like, "I'm from Texas, how dare you?" But yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
yeah, you went glamping.
I slept in a sleeping bag. It was hard on the ground. How dare you? I only had 4 pillows, dude. Like, what the hell is this?
Nick, I know we've probably heard some of this in the nostalgia episode back in season 1, but real quickly share some of your.
Oh man, did you? I can't remember, but do you remember going tubing down the Kishwaukee River with the year that we met, 2011, with
I don't.
Cameron?
Was I a
and
part of that?
I think you were. I think
I
so.
don't remember.
I don't know. I could be mistaken. I do remember. I remember going tubing down the Kishwaukee River with an old friend of ours, Cameron, and his girlfriend at the time, Christina, his family.
You've been to some major theme parks too.
Yeah.
Were those summer visits?
Yes and no. I do remember going to Walt Disney World over the summer of 2006. I remember going down to Florida to visit my dad for the month of July. We got to go snorkeling in the ocean.
Oh, okay.
And in like the very, very shallow bits. And then
But yeah.
and then we went out on the boats, and we got to watch the fireworks over the ocean. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a summer memory.
Hell yeah. Let's say
Actually, a pretty big one for you. Didn't you meet Sarah at Six Flags in the summer?
yes, that's a very big one. Yes. I, I we she is so a mutual friend of ours, Asher. She has known Sarah for a decade, 10 years, and because Asher used to live out, I believe she lived in Ankeny, which is actually just the next town over from where we're at now in Altoona, and we all went to so Sarah got a message from Asher saying, "Hey, I'm celebrating my birthday. We're going to Six Flags Great America. Would you want to make the drive and come with us?" So she drove. She made the 4.5 hour drive, and I had absolutely no intentions on meeting anybody. Uh, I needed to get out of the house because I had a lot going on in my life at that time, and just needed a day to just have some fun. So I did. I went out with them to Six Flags Great America, and Sarah and I got separated from Asher with Asher's daughter and my former stepdaughter, and we hit it off. I it, it just kind of happened, and I I'm glad I met her. She's essentially she essentially saved me. for
Yeah.
lack
Brooks, let me tell you, when he first told this story, it sounded like something straight out of a rom-com. If you go back and listen,
dude,
it's on
no.
a podcast
So,
episode somewhere.
okay,
And-
let me finish. So
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
we
Here's
we
the
hit
best
it
part.
off, and like at the very end of the night, this Six Flags, like during the summer months, they always shoot off fireworks. So we're standing in line for, I think, Goliath. Yeah, Goliath. We were standing in line for Goliath, and the fireworks pop off, and I grabbed Sarah and I kissed her.
Like I said, rom-com.
Yes.
Straight out of... It's a full-on Hollywood movie move.
No, it's we hit it off, like, and it's I glad I met her.
Man, speaking of fireworks, they're going crazy with them out here. Either that or we're finally being bombed by Russia. So, well, I would say then, Nick, that's definitely your strongest summer memory then. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's actually a beautiful place to leave it off on for the topic, I say. This will be a good time for us then to transition into the media corner.
Let's go.
A gathering of souls that transcends ethnic and national divisions, united in pursuit of a singular goal. I can't help but be reminded of Kojima Productions. Wait, judging by your reaction, you've never heard of Kojima Productions? Sam, you can't be serious.
All right, everybody, here we are at the Media Corner, the part of the show reserved at the end for news, reviews, recommendations, and sometimes previews. And in this episode, I think I'm going to take the lead on this section real quick. Because this is not a full review, but I'm going to give a recommend for Death Stranding 2, because I'm far enough in it now that I think I can talk about it safely. And so I'm in like chapter or episode 6, if you will, which is about 17 hours into the game, give or take. I might be flying through it a little bit, depends, or taking my time. I am one of those players who I'm not the kind who has to pick up every little thing I see and deliver it, but I'm also not the kind who's going to completely ignore it either. I fall somewhere in between. My advice to people in this game with that stuff, you won't get a lot of level up with the different drop-off locations with the random cargo you find laying about in the wilderness. That'll just, I mean, it helps, but only if you deliver like a bulk of it at once, you know? The stuff that really helps level up your stuff is the optional deliveries that you can take on from them, like side quests, basically. That's the stuff that really levels up your different bases. And it's worth it for some things, because the materials that you get from different places will make your life easier delivering to other places. And in some cases, the higher level with that particular area, the higher level your particular that item is. So like, for example, I have the level 3 robot legs right now, and they are a godsend, especially in terms of sprinting speed, because it's like I'm running like at 20 miles per hour, I shit you not, with those things on. It's wild. So this game actually does a lot to kind of outdo its predecessor in terms of being more, I want to say, palatable and accessible to a wider audience, because the first game did kind of turn a lot of people away, not only because of its gameplay mechanics, but the pacing as well. It does take a while to get going. This game kind of fixes that, both in terms of story and gameplay. You'll spend about 2 hours doing the tutorial in Mexico, and then after that you get your first vehicle, and it just really takes off from there. Once you hit Australia, things get wild. At this point, like I said, I'm about 17 hours into the game. I have a massive truck that I'm driving everywhere that's just loaded with all kinds of shit in the back. And I am doing everything I can to keep it with me everywhere I go. Even if the terrain doesn't call for it, I will find a way. I will fucking find a way to get that truck up that mountain. I promise you, I will do it. And I have, because I am not letting this baby go. This thing is a godsend for me right now. I'm going out of my way to build as many roads as I can when I see them. So you're welcome, the people who come behind me and use those roads. Because once you connect an area to the chiral network, it opens up the map and all the online shit comes into play. So all the ladders and generators and timefall shelters and stuff that other players have left behind start showing up on your map, and you can use them and give them a like and stuff like that, you know? But there's definitely something to be said about the whole tagline of should we have connected, because there's a lot of, like, maybe an overindulgence of that. Like, sometimes you'll be driving on a road or going in and out of a base to deliver stuff, and there will be, like fucking 17 player signs in a row, just each one there for you to run into and do some kind of interaction, because they're in, you know, the signs you run into, they make noises and shit when you run into them, or they boost you, or they go, yay, or something like that. So it does, in a way, it's kind of meta-contextual in the sense that, like, sometimes the stuff you get from players is very helpful, and other times it's just obligatory or annoying. And it's kind of the point, though, you know? It's very, the signs are very Dark Soulsian, in terms of either their usefulness or pointlessness. But what is helpful is when I'm trying to cross a river and someone's already left a ladder there. You know what I mean? Like, now I don't have to waste my shit because another player did it before me. And it's not like, you know, it's a asynchronous multiplayer, just like the first one, where the other players aren't in your game, but the spirit of them is there because you're all connected to the same network, and the items that they place in their game have a chance of showing up in yours, you know?
Okay.
Thus giving you, like, benefits that other players have left behind on their journeys. So, yeah, because you're all playing, it's technically a single-player game with a, like, multiplayer ghost, so to speak, you could say. And it's funny, because every once in a while you can, like, click down the touchpad, and Sam will be like, "Hi, my name's Sam!" And then you'll hear an echo be like, no way, I'm Sam too, and shit like that. There's a lot of funny Kojima style fourth wall breaking stuff in here. At one time, the character Dollman actually says Kojima Productions. There is, there's an optional like fourth wall breaking scene you can get in the beginning of the game if you tell Fragile no twice in a row. Just fun little Easter egg stuff like that he throws in there. But this game is a lot more action focused. And I would say there's even some Metal Gear Solid comparison here into how you take down enemy bases. I've gotten several quests in this game, in fact, that are all about go to this place and clear out all the enemies. And they give you the guns and stuff to do it with. And I've been taking a stealthy approach most of the time, but if you want to go in guns blazing, you can. You can, as long as you're using non-lethal weapons, because that's still a thing. But you definitely can. I've had a couple of boss battles. I've met most of the cast at this point in the story, so that's kind of pumping along, as well. I really like Fragile in this. I don't know what it is, but the actress Leah Sardona or whatever, something about her voice is really smoothing. I don't know what it is, but she's got a very, I don't know how to explain it. I really like her voice for some reason. But I will say story-wise, too, so basically this game picks up 6 months after the first one. Sam, after reconnecting all of America, basically takes the baby with him and pisses off to live a solo life, but then Fragile finds him, convinces him to start doing the porter thing again, and then some absolutely crazy shit happens that I won't spoil, and it kind of forces Sam to go on a journey again, and now instead of America, he's reconnecting all of Australia. So, yeah. And there are some reoccurring characters and a whole brand new cast of characters in this. Like Elle Fanning is in this game, for example, as a character named Tomorrow. Troy Baker is back once again as Higgs, but this time he's more of a unhinged Joker type character. Okay. Yeah, and as far as I am in the game, I've only experienced 2 boss battles so far, but the last boss battle I did, I finally got to meet the guy that everyone said looks like Snake from Metal Gear Solid. The Liam guy, or whatever. That was a fucking crazy boss battle. That was a Metal Gear Solid boss battle, Brooksy. That was...
nice.
The boss battles in this game... In fact, most of the combat and enemy infiltrations in general, it goes full on Metal Gear Solid. I would say Metal Gear Solid 5.
I've come across one boss thus far, and I had a blast with it. And
was it the one at Fort Knott?
It was whatever it is before you go to the newer map and all of that.
Is it the one right after the scene with Troy Baker?
I think so. No. It's before Troy Baker.
Oh no! Wait, never mind. I know you're talking about the one in Mexico against the giant head.
Yes.
Okay.
I was trying to give that with as little detail as humanly possible.
Well, no, that's the tutorial section. That's fine. Like most people are past that now.
That's fair.
But yeah, there is a boss battle after. There is a boss battle at Fort Knott, and it's really good, and it's very Metal Gear Solid. And then again, but then the one I just went through, where I'm at now, even more so, I would say, like traditional, like, you get a few shots in, and then they start using their powers to dart around the arena and shit, and you gotta go find them again, that kind of thing. So that was really fun, and I'm really enjoying the game so far. I don't know if it's outdoing its predecessor or not. But it is just as addicting to me, and I feel like I'm making more progress faster. This game is a game that wants you to finish it. The first one just kind of wanted you to live in it, but this one wants you to see it through to the end. So it is very good at pushing you forward. It's very militant about it. In fact, like, wake up, Sam, your next order, we got to move north now. You're done down here. But then they're like, at the same time, they're like, but there are some side quests you can take if you want to, but at the same time, get moving, you bum. So it's a lot more fast paced than the first one, I would say.
Yeah. Where I'm currently at, I would wholeheartedly agree with you on that.
Yeah, and it gets even more so the further you get in. So, and I don't even have zip lines yet, but I do have access to a monorail, if that tells you anything.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah, I'm loving it so far. This will be a strong Game of the Year contender, I think, with among some other things. So... And I'm not going to give it a rating yet, though, because I am literally, like, according to the PlayStation card, only 16% done with the story. So
nice.
But yeah, that's my entry. Nick.
So my entry is the documentary on Hulu, Jelly Roll Save Me.
All right.
Okay.
So this documentary covers a lot. It covers his childhood. He was in and out of juvenile detention centers throughout his entire youth. He was out total. This man has been in jail 40 times.
Damn.
Yeah. He was a former drug dealer. But he he's done all the drugs and no longer has a deadly addiction to any of it. He put all the obsession of the things that makes him better and turned it into a healthy addiction, aka his music career. One of his pre-show rituals, whenever he does a show, is to sit where the crowd would be sitting and take a look at what they're going to be looking at for the rest of the night.
Okay.
It's I think that's pretty. See, if it were me, because no, it's it'd be a really cool, thing to do. So the first show that really took off for him was when he sold 1,000 tickets in Connecticut. He never went back to smaller venues. Save Me actually is the song that got him into country music. He's been around a lot longer than the last couple of years. I actually recently added the rest of his music to my Apple Music library, and he's got a lot of hip hop.
Nice.
But he met his wife, Bunny. I think it was a show in somewhere in California or Vegas. I can't remember. I think it was Vegas. And he was living out of his van. And she offered a place for him to stay, and they while he was in town, and they just hit it off, and they eloped. Not long actually, I don't know how long it was before they got married, but he's been with Bunny for, I think, since 2016.
Nice.
He and Bunny both have custody of his daughter, since his ex-wife is going through essentially the same things that he was going through, trying to get her life together. And it's this this was a really solid documentary. One of the other things that he does is he will he's from Nashville, Tennessee, and he's a real hometown boy. Like the correctional officers at the jails and the juvenile halls are they've said it like he is the reason I do this. He is the reason I do this. Like,
Okay.
he is living proof that people can turn their lives around. He even like he when he went in to talk to the youth at the juvenile hall, he provided a Thanksgiving dinner for them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, like he straight up like wasn't sugarcoating anything, but real potential. There's a lot of potential in a lot of those kids that they could easily turn their lives around once they're out. He made an appearance and talked a little bit about his journey at an Narcotics Anonymous meeting. Like this, he is really big in the community in Nashville.
Makes sense.
Yeah, like
A real rags to riches story.
right. Like this, I at some point would love to see this man in concert and with VIP meet and greet tickets, because I'd love to give Jelly Roll a big old bear hug.
His story is an inspiration.
Dude, his music has helped me a hell of a lot. Like when, as as of the last several months, like his music has gotten me through a lot of dark times.
I've heard that from a lot of people. I have to imagine, since it's his documentary, that he probably had a big hand in making it. And
Oh, absolutely, absolutely, yeah.
So it's probably one of those ones where it's not going to be too much like of the like it's going to be more real and transparent, because a lot of documentaries are cleverly edited for drama. You know what I mean?
Oh, no, absolutely. No, he is. I think he was listed as an executive producer for this.
Makes sense.
But no, this was a very solid documentary, and I hate to be biased, but this handing out 10s like it's Halloween candy. 10 out of 10 for me.
Classic Nick.
Yeah. Who else but Nick Meyer?
Giggity giggity goo.
Yeah. So yeah, it is pretty big of him though to put himself out there like that and clean those skeletons out of the closet.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And maybe it can be an inspiration for others, you know. I mean, like, John Mulaney did something similar when he turned his rehab experience into a stand-up special, you know?
I think one of the other things that he did was I don't quote me on this because I can't remember the exact amount, but I think that him and Bunny both donated $1 million to help open the Bridgestone Arena in downtown Nashville.
Oh, okay. Very nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you got through that with time to spare. So, Brooksy, you want to bring us on home?
Yeah, absolutely. I've been excited to finally get to talk about this one, which is Split Fiction is going to be my media corner entry piece. My wife and I officially beat it last week on Sunday, Monday, one of those. And I had an absolute blast with this game. For those that don't know, this is from the same team, Hazelight Studios, who has created A Way Out as well as Game of the Year, It Takes Two. And for you to come out with a game
And Brothers.
when you're and Brothers, yeah. But for you to have to follow up your Game of the Year winning game, It Takes Two, is a pretty tall order. And I think that for the most part, they really did deliver. The whole plot about this game is around two different individuals, Mio and Zoe, both of which are writers that were invited by a company to come and try out this like experimental simulation thing to be able to help their work come to life and for them to be able to get published. And both individuals, in true capitalist fashion, are hard up for money, and this game does have a lot of ties about capitalism and greed and everything else throughout it. But things go a little wayside because they're essentially getting put into these little bubbles to be able to make their stories come to life. And somehow, some way, both Mio and Zoe end up in the same bubble. So both of their worlds, with Mio being on the being a sci-fi writer, and Zoe being a fantasy writer, their worlds kind of get blended between the two, hence the split fiction.
Mm-hmm.
Naturally want to keep this entirely spoiler free. So going into a lot of the story itself, I don't want to get into. What I will say is when I say it is a tall order to go up against your former game, It Takes Two. The story itself is, I think, really the only thing that takes a hit when you're comparing the two different games from the same developing team. The story itself is really good. I don't want to make it sound like it's a bad story or anything like that. It just never reaches that masterpiece tugging at your heartstrings height that It Takes Two has throughout its story. It's more like buddy cop kind of feelings of like kind of riffing off of one another. There are a lot of moments that feel pretty surface level. As you progress through the game, there are kind of those like deeper cut moments, but it feels like they leave just as quickly as that they had arrived. And that's really the main kind of, I guess, like negative remark I really have about this game, because everything else about it was absolutely incredible. The gameplay was incredibly smooth. It was so much fun. Every chapter, and even not just every chapter, in certain chapters, parts of each chapter had a brand new mechanic that it would introduce to you that kept the game incredibly fresh and inviting from the very beginning to the very end. If anything, there were some mechanics that were so cool and so fun that I wish that they had stuck around a little bit longer. And that's also just me kind of being a little bit on the nitpicky part. This game made me laugh a lot throughout the entire thing. There's a dream sequence towards the beginning of the game that's related to a picnic that made me laugh hysterically. I know, Nick, you've been playing this game with your partner as well, and I think you know what kind of
Yes.
picnic I'm talking about.
I
That
believe so.
where you start off as two little pigs,
Yes.
and you
Okay,
end up
yeah.
and you end up not being two little pigs. It made me laugh the entire time. I thought it was absolutely hilarious. What I will say is for this game, one thing that really just completely just had me at a loss of words was the final chapter of the game. The final chapter of this game, and again, not giving any kind of spoilers in any fashion, is some of the most like technically incredible things I've seen in gaming.
Okay.
Period. Like, and I'm not talking about on a graphical, like on a graphic standpoint, like it's the prettiest game. No, I would honestly say that Death Stranding 2 is the prettiest game I've ever played. And it's not so much that it's pretty; it's more so mind-bending, I guess would be the best way to try to describe it, where it was like I could feel my brain short-circuiting by what this game is accomplishing in visual representation and mechanics and everything else. That it felt like I feel. But have both of y'all seen Everything Everywhere All at Once?
I have.
You have? Okay. Okay, so Justin, like Everything Everywhere All at Once, you know how there are just some scenes and graphics or CGI or whatever they do that just is like just completely unhinged out of this world. That's like how like it's incredible that they were able to accomplish effects like this. It's very akin to that in the final chapter of Split Fiction. Because
Would you equate it to like one of the old gods of Asgard's musical numbers in an Alan Wake game? In terms of like fantastical what the fuckery?
I would. I
can't believe they pulled this off and put it in a video game.
Yeah, it really is. Like I will tell you, halfway through this game, I was very much leaning at an 8 out of 10 on this game. Where I was like, this is a great game. Is it an amazing game? No. Is it a masterpiece? No. But is it a great game? Yeah, it really is. Mm-hmm. And as the game progresses and as it gets a little bit more emotional and it starts doing some even newer, more unique, really cool mechanics, I'm like, okay, I can kind of see this being like an 8.5 now. But by the time I rolled credits and I had finished that final chapter, this game became my official rating of a 9 out of 10.
Nice.
It absolutely deserves to be in the conversation for Game of the Year, if anything for that last chapter. The rest of the game is incredibly fun and heartwarming and funny and wacky and everything else under the sun, but the way that game ends and the things that the game does in that final chapter, I still think, I beat the game a week ago, I still think about those moments and I'm like, man, like, I kind of want to replay this game again. And Justin, I know you were talking about wanting to do a Let's Play and all of that. And for those that don't know this, Hazelight Studio does an amazing thing where if one person owns a copy of a game, you can play with someone online that doesn't own the game. Which is another huge plus category for the things that Hazelight Studio does. But yeah, that's where I sit at it. It was an amazing game. I genuinely enjoyed it, and it is a game that I very much do anticipate playing at the very least one more time with Justin.
Yeah, we'll have to figure out a time to do that.
Yeah, no. You let me know. Like I've changed my work hours to Central Time, so it may be a little bit more helpful in all of that.
Right. Okay. Well, with all that being said, then, speaking of heartwarming things that eventually have to end, that'll do it for this episode. Thank you all so much for watching and or listening. If you're on YouTube or Spotify, you can leave a comment down below. Let us know about some of your favorite summer-related stuff and things. And remember to smash that like button or give us a good rating or whatever it is that you need to do over there. You can also email me at podcastoversoul@gmail.com. And you can find Nick on all the social medias at TheGamingFiend1, and you can find Brooksy on Instagram at BrooksyMyBoy. That's with an I, not a Y, at the end. Once again, thank you to all of you for watching and or listening, and until next time, we'll catch you in the next one. Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Later.